Happy spring, everyone, and this is Joanne with my fruit thing. And in this video I just wanted to talk about fruit trees and how little space you actually need to produce seasonal, free, organic food for you and your family all year long. Now, we don't have a tree for every season here on this property, and that's something I would like to do sometime in hopefully the near future. My goal is to get me some land with hopefully some already established fruit trees like the ones I'll show you here. Of course, then I'm going to be planting more. Maybe we might get a couple more here on this property. This is my parents' house, and we've had these trees my whole life, and we have a couple of really good ones and a couple of not so good ones, but that can change, because they're plants and you give them some tender, loving care and the right food, and they'll produce the right food for you. And so the point of this video is just to show sustainability and just how much little space you actually need. So we live here in a town, a city, in Northern California, and it's not really that big of a property, and we've managed to have quite a bit of trees here. So the first thing I want to show you here is our fig tree. Now, you may have watched my 38-year-old fig tree video, and I have mentioned this tree in another video also. If you haven't watched it, I would suggest that you watch it because it's just kind of cool. You can see that spring has hit, and we have all of these lovely leaves popping up, and you can see the figs are already forming, and I'm actually pretty excited for fig season. It's one of my favorite times of year, when I can just come out here and just eat off of the abundance of food, free, organic, homegrown food that we have every season. And so then also we have some lemons here, and I have been eating a lot of lemons, preferably in lemon water, because that's my preferred way of consuming lemons. Also in my salads and guacamole, all of those places you're gonna put your lemon. And you can see, it really doesn't take a lot of space. This is just a normal size property, in a normal size home, really. And my dad had planted all of these long time ago. These trees have been here my whole life. And right here we have a loquat tree, and we call it Nespoli. And I believe that's what they call it in Italy. You find these trees all over California. They grow really well in California. You find them a lot in like Asia. They're really good. You can see that they're just starting out. And this is a different one than the one I'm going to show you now. Here's another Nespoli tree. And I eat off this in season, and I love it. They have really big seeds inside, but the fruit is so sweet, and these actually do produce very well. And definitely a sustainable source of your sugars, your carbohydrates, and even though they're small, you do have to eat a lot of them, but they're good. And these trees produce more than enough for all of us. And once again, doesn't take that much. When I go back, you can see, this is not that huge of a yard. You don't have to have a farm and to produce homegrown food. And so then right here we have, this is a nectarine tree, and the blossoms were much more beautiful the other day, but then we had some rain, but I'm sure they're gonna come back. And these nectarines are pretty good. Last year we got some pretty big ones on here, and they were actually sweet and good, and I was happy with what we got last year. And then here we have a peach tree and another peach tree. So this one just kind of popped up here. It's not really placed well, but it's a tree and it produces food. And these peaches are usually really small, You know, not real tender. They do take a long time to ripen up, but you know, we're working on it. Like I said, you know, it's not the most perfect placement here. And we have a lot of other, you know, plants that don't really give us anything but beauty, and that's okay too. So as you can see, this is just the front yard, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 fruit trees in this little bitty space. And there's still room on the corner there for another tree. And we actually have an orange tree on our front porch that I do want to place in the front yard. Alright, so I am now in the backyard, and you can see we have a fully loaded orange tree. I've been picking them a little bit here and there, but they're not very sweet. It didn't get watered enough, apparently. Maybe the soil's depleted a little bit. But we're going to trim it back quite a bit this year, and then see if there's something we can, some organic food that we can put in the soil to help these oranges be better next year. We also have like a mandarin tree here. And these were okay too, but same story. They weren't super sweet, so we picked and ate what we could. But, you know, I need my fruit to be really, really sweet. So, same story. We're going to trim it back and hopefully get it to where we have some sweet fruit. I'm going back this way. This is my dad's garden area. He is the one who does the gardening. I'm very busy. I don't really have time for a lot of that currently in my life, but thankfully my dad loves to do that too. So here we have another fig tree. Now this one got trimmed back quite a bit. You can see that it's a little bit more farther along than the one in the front yard, and the figs are already forming. This fig tree are the green figs, and they're very sweet. They taste like honey. These ones come up really sweet, which I love. And it's just so beautiful this time of year. But I love to watch them grow, and then I absolutely love to come out here and pick off the tree and eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So like I said, this is my dad's garden. He has some greens going on here. He likes to do the greens, I don't know what that's called, but it's some sort of a cabbagey looking type thing. He's got some broccoli rabe here and some Swiss chard, which he absolutely loves, and he'll steam it. And I'm thinking of using it for a wrap because these are very thick leaves. So I'm thinking wraps. So I'm going to have to get into that because my dad grows this all year long, so I have an abundance of it. He likes to cook it, and I'm thinking of ways I can consume it raw. So I'm thinking like a wrap, which would be awesome. And then over here we got some other cabbagey looking thing. And you know, my dad doesn't spend a whole lot of time on this garden, and you really don't have to unless you really want to amp it up a little bit. We have some Italian parsley here and some fava. And during the off seasons, my dad does the fava because planting beans during the off seasons will provide nitrogen for the soil and then make your produce much better when you finally do put something else in there. We do consume the fava. My dad likes to put it in the freezer and give it away and whatnot. You can consume them raw. And when the fava are gone, he will put tomatoes here. And like he does tomatoes, squash, different things. I'm trying to get into doing some watermelon, which is what I really, really want to do. So as you can see, we're not even utilizing all of the space that there is here. We could amp it up so much more. But, my dad doesn't have a whole lot of time either. We just do the best we can and produce free organic food. And there's not much to it. As you can see, you don't really need a lot of space to have several trees of your own. I don't remember like the months and the seasons of all these trees and when they produce, but when I edit this video, I will put the information in it. But the whole point of this video was to just show you that, you can get started right now. I know these trees have been here a while, but my suggestion would be to, look around your property, see where there's space, for a fruit tree, preferably full sun, and in a place where you can water it regularly. And I would also suggest going to a nursery and investing in a tree that is already, 5-6 feet tall. Not totally sure how much, that's going to cost, and probably depending on what type of fruit tree that it is. But that will jump you ahead quite a few years and get you closer to producing the fruit that you need from that tree. And if you can afford it, buy a couple of them and put them in there. And, oranges do really well. It depends on where you live, obviously. I'm in California, so pretty much anything will grow here. But anywhere that gets some rain, where you can water it and has plenty of sunshine, is going to grow pretty much anything. So pretty much anywhere in the United States is going to grow pretty much anything, as long as you can water it. So as you can see, you don't need a whole lot of space to grow your own food and have like a vegetable garden, which is the quickest way of producing your own food, and having fruit trees. And pretty much anywhere you live, you can grow fruits and vegetables. And of course, depending on, which ones those are. I have a lot more fruit trees to show you. Here where I live, I have a lot of family on the block, so we all have fruit trees, and so I want to show you guys some other ones too. I would like to keep doing videos like this, that way you can see the progression of the fruit. Definitely I'll do more for the figs, and when the nectarines and the peaches, and we're not perfect fruit growers, perfect vegetable growers. We don't put a lot of time into this. It's just something that we've always done. My dad loves to have a garden and grow his own greens and veggies, and he loves the fruit trees. My dad has said, if it doesn't produce food, why have it? And for the most part, I agree with that. If you're gonna have land, even if it's a little bit of land in a suburb, plant fruit trees, and you can buy them pretty much anywhere. Start them from seed if you want. That's going to take a while. It's going to be about 5 to 10 years, before you have fruit. So my suggestion would be to go to a nursery and purchase your favorite fruit tree that's going to grow where you live, but put in the money to get one that's already grown, about maybe 5 or 6 feet tall would be my suggestion. That way, you jumpstart your process, and you'll be closer to getting the food that you want. In the meantime, grow greens, grow vegetables, and consume that. Organic is best, homegrown is best, and of course, the less middle people are involved with your food, the better. And that's really what I want this message to be about. It's just the sustainability and of the fruit trees, and how little land you really need, and then also having a vegetable garden. You really don't need that much, and we have quite a bit of space, in the back for vegetables and fruits. We obviously don't utilize the space as well as we could, and we managed to still produce hundreds, if not thousands of pounds of free food every year, especially when the figs come in. There's thousands of figs on the tree, hundreds of pounds of food from the one tree. And then the peaches and the nectarines, and my favorite obviously is the fig. This fig tree is the best. These are top of the line figs. They're sweet, they taste good, once in a while, they come in and they're not that great, but that just has to do with how much it's been watered, the weather, how quickly the seasons have changed. Figs do like a lot of heat, so as soon as it starts getting really hot, that's when they really start to ripen up. But the whole point here is the message of just grow your own food. It doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't take a lot of resources. Most of you are probably watering your grass anyway, watering your plants anyway. So to have plants and trees on your property that are producing food is a bonus because you're already watering and there's already sunshine. I mean, everything that the fruit trees need, you already have and you're already doing. So go to the nursery, get yourself a fruit tree, plant the tree, take care of it, tender, loving care, and it will take care of you the rest of your life. And hopefully one day I'll have a fruit farm and a way to eat all year long for free. Seasonal, organic, homegrown fruit for free. If you like this video, stay tuned for more. I do want to do some more videos like this about the fruit trees. Hopefully I'll learn more as I go along. I'm still learning, obviously, and I don't know everything about fruit and trees and these types of things, but I'd like to learn. And I'm learning little by little. And when I produce this video, it will have lots more information for you. So with all that being said, please like and subscribe and leave a friendly comment. And all the details in the description for all my social sites where you can connect with me and we can learn and grow fruit together. So I hope this video finds you well. God bless. And this has been my fruit thing, and I do want it to be your fruit thing too. I want to see people growing fruit and all over the world. I really want to see more fruit trees. More fruit trees, more fruit, because I really believe in growing your own food. I really believe in this message of health and vitality and eating the food that is best suited for your body, for your species, which is human being, frugivorous species, and eliminating our diseases, our symptoms of disease, symptoms of body breakdown, being healthier and happier people. And I'll talk more about that in some more videos. I have a few things lined up that I've observed and I want to talk about. But until next time, God bless, and I'll see you in the next video.